Gayatri Sadhana is that special sadhana which is very useful, harmless, accessible, pleasant, and quick to give results for everyone. It is natural in this intellectual era to have a desire to know what are the reasons and basis of the benefits that Gayatri brings. Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. It is our long experience that Gayatri Sadhana by anyone never goes in vain. Neither is there a negative result. The only thing that is needed is that we move forward with patience, stability, prudence, and diligence on this path. It is beneficial only by good planning and not by pettiness. True effort made in this direction proves to be more beneficial than any other effort. Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. Book title: Gayatri Ka Vaigyanik Aadhar. Scientific Basis of Gayatri. Preface of book. Spirituality is a science just like physics. Physicists have tried to increase the convenience of humanity with their inventions. In ancient times, several methods of using spirituality to explore the subtle divine powers were discovered and were deemed as yoga practices. Gayatri Sadhana is one of those yoga sadhana or practices. It is a practice that is very useful, harmless, accessible, pleasant, and bears the desired fruits quickly. There is nothing that compares to Gayatri Sadhana amongst the various yoga shastras. It is therefore for the intellectuals to have a desire to know what is the reason and basis of the benefits that Gayatri Sadhana brings upon the person imbibing it. In this book, the same mysteries have been unfolded so that the doubts and curiosities of the readers regarding the basic premise of Gayatri can be resolved. It is hoped that the wanderers of the spiritual path will get some new information from this book. Scientific spirituality. Spirituality is defined as a righteous path of living, upholding the ideals and virtues. Scientific spirituality can be termed as a spiritual discipline that is studied and practiced with a scientific outlook. In today's modern world, when scientific invention has changed the face of planet, we still lack inner joy and mental peace. Stress and strains are adding to the agony which the society is facing today. Materialism and capitalism go hand in hand with the development of science and its incursions in the daily life of human beings. When spirituality is looked at from a scientific perspective, it alleviates the sufferings of ailing humanity and imparts peace. It teaches all human beings the method to invest in inner harvesting despite living materialistically. Spirituality deals with enlightening of one's thoughts, emotions, and intrinsic tendencies. In simple terms, it is the most evolved and comprehensive science of psychological, sociological, and moral development. The ultimate progress it brings brightens the intellect together with inculcation of sensitivity towards fellow beings and towards the grace of nature. There is no place for superstitions, fantasy, or escapism in a truly spiritual life. Spiritual progress in no way blocks scientific and materialistic progress. In fact, it gives altruistic touch and prudent directions to both so that progress will not be focused on towards increase in luxurious comforts and worldly profits for the self or enriching and empowering only some privileged ones. Scientific and materialistic progress, guided by spirituality, leads to a holistic growth of the whole of humanity. Spirituality can and should be adopted on every front of life for elevating happiness and illuminating the future. At a superficial level, The two streams of knowledge, science and spirituality, both aimed at finding the ultimate truth, appear to be contradicting and nullifying each other's principles. Science, developed on perceivable evidence, driven reasoning and logic, advocates that the attainment of truth is possible only with the help of material-based scientific investigations and developments. Spirituality recognizes that the means of attainment of this truth lies within the form of the immortal soul, which is the consciousness itself. In other words, spirituality is the science of consciousness, involving mind, body, and spirit relationship. A subject of divine faith and devotion, initially it leads to realization of ultimate unity of all beings. If the true meaning of science is understood as a search of truth beyond any barriers of matter and visible world, there would be no difficulty in accepting the fact that spirituality also falls in its periphery, which pertains to sublime domains of realizations. This attitude widens the scope of knowledge and search for ultimate truth through perfect integration of modern sciences and the ancient science of spirituality and religion. Glad to present a book that describes the importance of Gayatri Mantra in the redressal of pains and sorrows. Some excerpts from the book. Gayatri Sadhana is a very special sadhana that is useful, harmless, accessible, pleasant, and quick in giving results to everyone. Therefore, it is natural in this intellectual era to have a desire to know what is the reason and basis of the benefits that Gayatri brings. Real cause for sorrows are lack of resources, ignorance, and lack of power. Gayatri is the mother of eternal happiness and peace. It helps in removing the difficulties, facilitates the material needs, along with beautiful change in the ideology of person. It has been told in the very beginning that spiritual practice is not an accidental gift, but a purely scientific process due to which Satgun, good qualities, increase in the seeker. Satgun is a power due to which new abilities increase, and due to them it becomes easy to achieve things which seems difficult to be attainable by the unqualified. The direct result of Gayatri Sadhana is the growth of Sattvic self-power. The 10 characteristics of Sattvic self-power are enthusiasm, continuous hard work, devotion to duty, self-control, sweet nature, patience, grace, generosity, non-possessiveness, and far-sightedness. When the soul becomes full of Gayatri power, then it does not have any kind of pain or misery, as it continues to relish the supernatural taste of Brahmanand. It is our long experience that Gayatri Sadhana never goes in vain for anyone. Neither is there any adverse result. The only thing that is needed is that we move forward with patience, stability, prudence, and diligence. The path is beneficial only by good planning, not by pettiness. True efforts made in this direction prove to be more beneficial than any other effort. Some topics covered in this book: scientific spirituality, how Gayatri Mantra helped in overcoming all sorrows of life, divine powers of Gayatri Mantra, discussion of karma and penance, rites of doing Gayatri Sadhana, and pious worshipping of Gayatri Mata.